Hey guys, on today's video, we're going to go over work from home tips. And many of you may not know, but now you do. I've been working from home for almost 8 years now. So I'm not one of these pandemic babies. I'm a tried and true veteran of working from home. I've since built a office here on the property, but I graduated from the kitchen table. So stick with me and I'm going to share what I've learned over the last 8 years. Okay guys, so full disclosure on this video, we're going to talk about work from home tips. I've been working from home for I guess it's been 8 years now. I know a lot of you out there have started working from home in the last 2 years during our pandemic and all the changes that everybody has been going through. And some of you are going to continue to work from home. And I got to tell you, it can be challenging. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do to, stay disciplined and maintain a productive schedule when, you don't have that social conformity of an office environment and you don't have the boss like breathing down your neck or sort of breezing by, putting eyes on you all the time. So it takes a certain amount of self-discipline. I'm going to go through some things that I've learned and frankly, we've learned, because my team also all works from home and we've all figured out how to be productive, which is great. So the first thing, just starting from the beginning of the day that I think is really meaningful is to start with a regular morning ritual. So do not roll out of bed and then into your office chair with your fuzzy slippers and be like, yeah, working from home is great. And you're just sucking on your coffee and you're still in some, pajamas. It's just not setting you up. It's not setting your mindset. So a big part of that and being productive is still having a normal transitional routine that takes you from sort of the idea that you're at home waking up to this work mode, right? So it's a behavioral thing, but it is also prepares your mind to shift into work mode. So you do these normal things maybe go to the gym, but that's my favorite way to start the day. Don't plug right into screens and phones right away as you roll over, because if you're working from home, you're probably going to log 6 or 8 hours in front of a screen anyways. So give yourself a break in the morning and let your mind be clear without all that input. Get some exercise, go outside, and then do a regular transitional routine where you shower, get dressed, get ready. If you wear makeup, put some makeup on or whatever you would do if you were going to go meet and deal with the outside world. I mean, at least do 90% of that, and there will be days that, you may not do it all, but in general, the more you can create that transitional routine, the more you will mentally be prepared when you finally sit down to focus and actually get some things done. So that's the first part of the day. The other thing is, what's your office space look like? And, I said in the beginning, in the intro of the video, I started, kind of casually working from home a long time ago where I had an office I could drive to, but I was in a position where I didn't have to go there all the time. And so I would work at home, at the kitchen counter, and we had a little bill pay desk there. And then as I started, doing agency work and working for clients, I started building this business at the kitchen counter, and it sucked. It was one of the worst things I've ever done. I had kids running behind me screaming and pots and pans and people making stuff and the microwave running. And I was just in the kitchen counter. I mean, it's great if you want to check some YouTube videos and pay the bills, but to get some work done there, it just really wasn't a great spot. So one of the first things I did when I just, was realizing that I was turning, things into a real business was really get focused on creating a dedicated office space. And that's, if you can do that in your home, I highly recommend it. A place that doesn't even feel like your home. Right? It may even be painted different colors and different carpet and a real office type desk and all of these things. If you can do that, then when you go into that space, it's again, it's a complete mental shift into that work mode. And what's cool about doing that is it makes working from home a lot more sustainable, you know, if that's something that you want to continue to have as an option in your life, right? It makes the work from home reality something that you can stick with for years and years, like I have, right? So, and the other thing that goes without saying with that is like, you know, in an office environment where you go and work with others, somebody else is cleaning up and they vacuum and they take the trash out every night. And, you know, there's like all that, you have to do that at home if you're doing it, you know, in your own space, but it's worth not having a lot of clutter. And frankly, I still do the bills in the kitchen, and, you know, and since then have built another building on our property where it is just for work. And that workspace, I don't do the personal stuff here. We just do work stuff here. So there's actually there's like another computer and another little area, and that's like the household management stuff. And that is not part of the work stuff, right? Like I wouldn't take my bills to the office, you know, and sit down and start, you know, looking at the water bill if I worked for somebody and you know, in an office environment. So you can think of it even down to that level, right? And then the other thing, you know, I think is really important is like to take breaks during the day, right? And even, you know, that might mean like every 2 hours or every hour or something, you know, getting up, you know, working. I've been since, you know, this year actually been working standing up, which is awesome. And it took some time to get used to it, but it's getting better and better. And I think that's a good one if you can do it. The other, you know, thing to think about though when taking breaks is, and before the pandemic, I used to love doing this. I would take my laptop and go to like a local cafe or the bar at a restaurant and work in like kind of a busier environment to, you know, get yourself back out there in the real world a little bit. So you're not just fully isolated, and, you know, make it worth getting dressed and tying your shoes and all that stuff, and get out there and get a little bit of that recharge in the middle of the day, maybe from being around other folks, and then come back in and finish the second half of the day. So I think that's a great thing to do, is to take that, you know, breaks to get away from the screen, but also breaks during the week that are like, I'm going to go out to lunch and I'm going to do some work at lunch, you know, at a cafe. And you might do that once or twice a week, right? And then that really helps to break things up and sort of make you feel like more of a like participating human being, okay? And I think, you know, that's the main things that I had written down here. And it's a sustainable proposition. I mean, you guys can stick with it if it's something you really want to do. It's been awesome for me. It's allowed me to be available for my, you know, kids and family, and, you know, and create my own schedule and all the other benefits I think everybody's starting to recognize. But to do it over the long term, you know, 2, 3, 5, maybe even 10 years, the stuff I just talked about is going to become incredibly important. So I hope you like this video. Go ahead and smash the like button for us, and we will see you on the next one on Quick and Dirty Marketing.